Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. How's it going, everyone? It is June the 16th, 2023, 2:02 p.m. on a beautiful, warm, and a very hot Friday afternoon or Friday if you're getting paid. This is Eric Lima, and we're going to be talking of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. I think I already introduced that. And we're going to talk about what happened last night. Impact is the fallout from Against All Odds. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening, so let's get right into it. The Motor City Machine Guns, who are champions again, but not the tag team champions, as many would expect, but they are champions. Chris Sabin, the X Division champion, the new X Division champion for the ninth time in his career in Impact Wrestling, while Alex Shelley has become the Impact World Heavyweight Champion for the very first time in his career. So they kicked it off. They addressed everything, and what happened Against All Odds, and most of the Chris Sabin showered his praise on his friend and his brother from the Motor City, Mr. Alex Shelley. But then Nick Aldis interrupts the Motor City Machine Gun, says, and he didn't mean to interrupt. He didn't want to interrupt, but says he did win the 8-4-1 matchup. He's coming after that championship. A little warning, so to speak. While Trey Miguel interrupts all his burps and decides to run his mouth about how this whole thing was sick. But then Kenny King and Sheldon Jean interrupts Miguel, and they said, you know what, Trey, you got a point. And everything else. And I'm like, oh boy. But then Giselle Shaw, Jay Vidal, and Savannah Evans interrupt King and Jean. They kind of agreed. Oh, I'm like, oh dear Lord. There's like 8 of them again. No, okay, you got Trey Miguel. That's 3. You got 3 more. 6 on 3. So I'm like, okay, the odds don't look good for Aldis and the Guns. Trinity interrupts Giselle Shaw because Giselle Shaw uttered her name, and so you want to go at it? Let's go. And then Deonna Purrazzo interrupts Trinity. I am the knockout champion because not until Slammiversary. So, but until Slammiversary though. So in Santino Morella, the director of authority, comes out. He goes, you know what? I'm going to make a match right now. On one team, it will be Kenny King and Sheldon Jeans, and it's nice of you to wear your jeans. It was just funny. And Trey Miguel against Giselle Shaw and Savannah, Georgia. Savannah Evans, Savannah, Georgia. And Savannah, Georgia. And then against Nicholas Aldis, the Motor City Machine Guns, Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo. So a mixed 10-person tag match. Steve Maclin did address losing the Impact World title, and he starts getting upset about it. But then the design addresses losing the OVE. Diener blames Angels. Both men start to argue, but Big Con says, this is what Sami Callihan and OVE wants. We got to get it together. We got to get it together, he says. So, first matchup of the night goes to Rich Swann against Moose. And Rich Swann did win the matchup in a good matchup. And then before the Impact came on, Heath was attacked Champagne, Singh, and Shera. Heath addresses being on Impact. He says, you know what? I'm going to do something for myself. And if I have to get my Champagne, Singh, and Shera to do it, then so be it. So Heath wants to make it. Now, Brian Myers did talk to Moose. Moose said, now is not the time. He said, hey, listen, you know who can beat ABC? Listen, I tried the guy to good hands. That didn't work. Well, who can beat ABC? Brian Myers and Moose. So I think Brian Myers is willing to give his team a second shot. So we'll see what happens there. Bully Ray comes out, addresses Scott D'Amore, and because of D'Amore's actions, Bully Ray claims to be a victim. But then Scott D'Amore came out and says, hey, listen, I came out, I went to the board of directors and said, I'm becoming president, I'm taking a leave of absence as president, but that doesn't mean I can't do this. And he attacks Bully Ray, and then Steve Maclin comes out to attack. But then the lights went out. The lights went out, but then lightning started to strike, and then all of a sudden the lights went back on. It was PCO. Maclin and Bully Ray hit him. Hit him was like a steel chairs like 10 or 5, 10 times, and he still gets up. And then Scott D'Amore says, before I decided to make my leave, I made one more matchup. With all due respect to Santino Marella, I want to make a matchup. And the matchup is PCO, Bully Ray and Macklin will team up against Scott D'Amore and PCO. That's going to be a heck of a matchup, to say the least. So Macklin then complains to Bully Ray about PCO, and then Bully goes, "You're a Marine, or act like one. We got to do something. It's not like a voice said, just like how he beat you guys, and how he beat you guys and all that." And they start getting into Kazarian's face, but then Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards come out, and of all people, Eddie Edwards, hey, we're cool, all right, listen, chill, you better watch yourselves. And then Craig Kazarian goes, what the heck is going on? You're a fellow Kowalski guy. No one picks on a Kowalski guy except for a Kowalski guy. We have that bond. We're good. And even Alicia was like, are you sure you want to make peace with him? And I said, listen, maybe there's something there. I don't know. I seriously do not know what in the blazing heck is going on around here. So, anyways, ABC in a non-title matchup. ABC, that will be Ace and Bay Connection of the Bullet Club, the Impact World Tag Team Champions against Decay, Crazy Steve and Black Taurus. ABC did pick up the victory, though, however. But then, as they were going back to the stage celebrating, they were talking. Motor City Machine Guns approached them and said, hey, nobody appreciates us with respect like you guys do, and we're glad the tag team division and Impact is in good hands with you two guys. And they say, hey, listen, we as much as we love being tag team champions, we love you guys wearing those titles. And they started shaking hands and respect. Talking about respect from Motor City Machine Guns and ABC. Talking about the wars they had. They respect. That was a refreshing thing to see. People respecting members of the Bullet Club for once. That's the crazy part about it is. Usually the Bullet Club, gets no respect at all. And for Sabin and Shelley to do that, that's really big of them to do so. And it's like, so it's really, really super cool. Ace and Bay, I got to respect Ace and Bay as well. They have been holding it down as a team. And I think them being members of the Bullet Club may be a good thing, I'm sure if David Finlay, the new leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan, has got to be smiling going, that's the tag team of the future, You're talking about the tag team of the Bullet Club. You had the G.O.D., Tamatanga, Hikuleo, and all them guys. And then you got the Good Brothers over in the WWE, part of the OC. It's something that, it's really cool to see the Bullet Club all spread out, doing their own thing, and possibly dominating professional wrestling, whether it be WWE, Ring of Honor, AEW, Impact. They're all spread out, doing their thing. Well, it's going to be totally, totally awesome, for sure. Then the GM Miller interviewed Bhupender Gujar about the diary they're going to have before Impact at 7 to 8 o'clock. They're going to have one on Bhupender Gujar and Trey Miguel, and then Bhupender Gujar. They saw after the footing, they said, "Hey, it's gonna be great." Why I came all over India, and then Dirty Dango interrupts them because who cares about? I'm like, oh god, here we go. And he goes, "I thought all reporters are supposed to be hot." I'm like, whose girl that you were talking about? You were insulting. That's freaking Ace Austin's girl, you dingbat. Dirty Dango, more like Dingbat Dango. I mean, the female reports will be hot. She's cute. Gia Miller, she's cute. My gosh. Wait till Ace Austin hears about this, man. That's his woman you just dissed, you Dingbat Dango. Instead of Dirty Dango, more like Dingbat Dango. You dingbat. Anyways, hashtag Dingbat Dango. Anyways, 10-person tag happened. Motor City Machine Guns, Nick Aldis, Trinity, and Deanna Perrazzo against the team of Trey Miguel, Sheldon Jean, Kenny King, Giselle Shaw, and Savannah Evans, or as Santino Marella calls it, Savannah Georgia, which is pretty hilarious, to say the least. Sheldon Jean, this is her main event. And Sheldon Jean. Maybe Shelby on the brand. I don't know. Sheldon Jean This is his first ever main event match. So I think Kenny King's mentorship is already working. He was in the main event matchup. And the team of Motion, Machine Guns, Nick Aldis, Trinity, and Deonna Purrazzo picked up the victory. But after the matchup, though, as Nick Aldis was about to hand over the world title, just showing Alex Shelley some respect, you kind of knew that Nick Aldis, remember, he was a heel back in the day, and then he ended up whacking Alex Shelley in the head with the title, and then ran off, and I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. So you got that going. Well, that is it, and that is all the time we have on the show for episode 644 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Upcoming next, the game of strategy, luck, knowledge, and daring. Bullseye is coming up next. Can't wait for that. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.